Welcome to all. Myself Arshana Sharma from Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology, Pharmacy Institute, and I am here to discuss my lecture on the topic manufacturing defects and process and final process product quality control test for capsules. Manufacturing the production of during the production of capsule, minor mistakes or the changes in the processing condition can cause defects. The following are the manufacturing defects of capsule. So, while we are formulating or manufacturing the capsule, it is quite possible that certain mistakes, certain mishandling can occur. Such mistakes, such mishandling during or the change in the processing variables create a defect in the production of the capsule. What are those defects? First is improper rectification. Improper rectification means that agar aapka capsule, if the capsule is not oriented properly, that means when we are using the semi automatic or the automatic machine, the capsule needs to be oriented properly. Only then the cap and the body portion will separate easily. Okay. So, if the caps are if the capsules are not being oriented properly, this may be due to the use of the plastic container or the plastic scoop for the filling of the for the loading of the capsule filler. Okay. So, no plastic container is used to transport the capsule or a plastic scoop to load the capsule filler. Plastic can cause an electrostatic charge to develop, hindering the rectification process. Okay. So, instead of plastic, we can use stainless steel scoops and container. So, use of stainless steel containers and scoop is preferred to overcome this type of defect. Then another thing is that we should verify that the stroke of the pusher or the finger is set properly according to the joint length of the capsule. Okay. So, we must note the stroke of the pusher or the finger, it should be set properly so that the capsule and the body should join properly at their desired length. Then failure to separate capsule, failure to separate. Okay. The another defect is failure to separate. If the failure to separate means the cap and the body portion, that is when we are performing the filling of the capsule, the cap and the body portion of the capsule need to be separated. So, if the caps and body fails to separate, then such type of error or the defect occurs. So, in this case, one most capsule filler, the gauge should read somewhere between 15 to 18 inches mercury. Okay. How we can overcome? We need to adjust the cap between the cap segment and the body segment. So, the holding tray which are holding the cap part and the lower holding tray which are holding the body part, the gap between the cap and the body part should not be so much that it should should not be so much that it should not get separate out easily. Okay. So, the cap between the machine cap segment and the body segment need to be adjusted. Then dented capsule. What is dent? Dent can form on the dome of the cap or the body for a variety of reason. Okay. So, during when we were processing the capsule, various steps we perform. First we orient the cap and the body empty capsule cell, then we perform the separation of the cap and the body part, then filling of the capsule shell, then joining and then sealing. So, we subject the capsule shell to the various processing steps. So, during the process and during these processing steps, it may be possible that a damage can form on the upper dome or the lower dome of the capsule. Then if there is any kind of damage will form on the upper and the lower dome of the capsule body, then that capsule is come under the category of the dented capsule. Okay. So, dent can form on the dome of the cap or body for a variety of reason. One cause is improper setup that led to the machine applying excessive pressure. So, one may be the reason that if the capsule are not oriented properly, then the dent can form, because dent can form, which led to the machine to apply excessive pressure. Second, to overcome this defect, we should determine the correct setting. For this, what we do, we take a 20 capsules and we lock manually, manually, and then we measure the length. Okay. So, to determine the correct setting, manually lock 20 capsule together and measure their length. Another reason for dented capsule is overfilling. If the capsule body are also get overfilled, then when we put a capsule, we apply a pressure, then due to the excessive pressure applied on sealing of the cap and the body portion, the dent is formed on the dome of the capsule. So, another reason for dented capsule is overfilling. To correct this, we just weigh the 20 filled capsule and we take out the average weight. The average weight should not exceed the specified volume of the capsule. Okay. Then next defect is telescoping. Telescoping is what? That this defect occurs when the cap and body misalign and the capsule body is split and a portion of it covers the cap. So, the telescoping mainly arises due to the misalignment of the capsule, cap and the body portion of the capsule. So, to overcome this defect, we must make sure that capsules are perfectly round. Okay. First of all, we must ensure that the shape of the capsule should be cylindrical or round. Also, we must check the alignment of the cap and the body brushing or segment using gauze designed for that purpose. So, first is we must also ensure that proper alignment of the cap and the body portion to overcome this telescoping defect. Next is popping. What is popping? Popping is a defect when the capsule when the capsules get elongated. It may be due to apply of the excessive pressure during the filling operation. Okay. So, what is popping? If the capsule open or elongate after filling, it is likely due to the excessive locking pressure or overfilling. So, if your capsules are overfilled, then while sealing the while joining the cap and the body portion where excessive pressure is applied, then due to that pressure the capsules get elongated. It is also possible that locking mechanism is weak, but that is a defect rarely seen in capsules supplied by a reputable manufacturer. It may also be because of the weak in the locking mechanism, but that is the rare defect, if rare defects. Okay. Then next is brittleness. Brittleness mainly occurs due to the improper storage condition. As in the previous lecture, we have already discussed that for storing the capsule, we must have some optimum that is 12 to 16% of the moisture content and 40 to 50% of the relative humidity. So, for maintaining the proper for storing the capsule, we must have a proper storage conditions. Okay. So, brittleness, check your storage condition. When capsules lose moisture, often due to poor storage practice, they become brittle. So, okay. So, if the capsules are placed in a dry condition, then they lose the moisture from their cell and thereby it becomes brittle. Then filled capsule that include a hygroscopic drugs or excipient can also cause brittleness. So, drugs which are hygroscopic in nature that are not a suitable candidate for filling the capsule, and for that may be one of the cause of the brittleness. Capsule made from HPMC are less likely to become brittle. Then next moving so these are the various defects of the capsules. Now, we discuss about the quality control test of the capsules. Once the capsules are prepared, they are subjected for the various quality control test. Okay. So, where in the different countries there are different monographs. In India, we follow the Indian pharmacopoeia for the various quality control tests for the particular dosage form. The first is weight variation. What is weight variation? The test ensure that all capsules in a batch are of same weight within a reasonable limit. So, this test is basically performed to ensure that in a particular batch, for example, if I have prepared a capsule of 300 mg, okay, then that particular batch, okay, that particular batch of capsule, whether I have prepared 10 capsule, 20 capsule, that particular batch should have the same amount, same weight. So, for ensuring that that all the capsules of a particular weight of a particular batch are of same weight, we perform the weight variation test. While it is quite possible that during the processing little bit deviation may occur. So, as per the monograph, percentage certain up till certain limit percentage deviation is also allowed out. So, for performing the weight variation test, what we do? We take a 20 intact capsules and we weight them individually. Okay, what we do? We randomly select 20 capsule and we individually weigh them, and we take out the average weight of that 20 capsules. The test requirement are met if none of the individual weights are less than 90% or more than 110%. So, the test the test is passed if none of the individual weight, okay, none of the individual weight should fall outside the range of 90% to 110%. Okay. If capsule does not come in this range, it may be possible because during manufacturing it may be possible that the capsule get overweight or underweight due to the poor flow of the powder or any other mishandling of the processing requirement, processing of the capsule. Then if capsule does not come in this range, then the weight of the content of each individual capsule is determined and it is compared with the average weight of the content. So, as per IP, not more than 2 of the individual weight may deviate from the average by more than percentage deviation. Okay. So, out of 20, the not more than 2 individual weight may deviate from its average percentage from its average percentage. As per the IP, the deviation is given if the average weight variation is less than 300 mg, then per 10% deviation is allowed. If the average weight variation is 300 mg or more, then 7.5. Then if the average weight of the 2 to 6 capsules, suppose if more than 2 capsules are going out of the range. Okay. So, if the average weight of 2 to 6 capsule deviate by the percentage deviation, then determine the weight of the content of additional 40 capsules. Now, we have total 60 capsule, 20 we have taken in previously and now we have taken 40 additional capsule and the average content of the 60 capsule is determined. Now, the total average content of 60 capsule is determined and in a total of 60 capsule, not more than 6 capsule deviate from the average by more than the percentage deviation. So, this is your weight variation test. Next is the content uniformity test. What is content uniformity test? To ensure that the amount of API present in the capsules are same as that it is mentioned in the label. Okay. If it is mentioned 300 mg, the content of API should be around 300 mg. So, as per the capsule must comply with the requirement for uniformity of content specified in the individual monograph. So, as specified in the individual monograph, the capsule should comply the uniformity of the content as mentioned in in the monograph. For this, for performing this test, what we do? We take a 30 capsules. Okay, we randomly select the 30 capsules, 10 of which are assayed by the specified procedure as mentioned in the individual monograph. So, according to the monograph, what we will do? We will perform the assay of the 10 capsules. Okay. Then out of 30, we will select the 10 capsule and then we will perform the assay as per the monograph. The requirement are met if 9 out of the 10 are within the specified potency range of 85 to 115. Okay. So, when the test will pass, if the we have taken 10 capsules. So, if 9 out of 10 capsules, okay, if 9 out of say 10 capsule are within the specified potency range of 85 to 115, okay, and the 10th capsule should not go outside the range of 75 to 125%. Okay. So, what is that? 9 capsules should be in the should be within the specified range of 85 to 115%, and the 10th should not go outside the 75 to 125%. If more than one, suppose if the previous criteria, that is here, okay, if this criteria fails, what will happen? If more than one capsule, but less than 3 capsules of the 10 capsule which we have taken previously for the assay purpose fall outside the range of the 85 to 115%. Okay. If more than one, but less than 3 capsules of the first of the previously 10 capsule which we have taken and for the assay for determining the content uniformity, they fall outside the range of 85 to 115% limit, then we take that remaining 20 capsules and we perform the assay. The requirement are met. Okay. The requirement are met if all 30 capsules, okay, the requirement are met if all 30 capsules are within 75 to 125%. So, what will the meeting criteria? If all the 30 capsules, okay, if all the 30 capsules they lie in the range of 75 to 125%, okay, of the specified potency range, and not less than 27 out of the 30 capsules are within the range of 85 to 115% range. Next, disintegration test for capsule. Okay. So, disintegration test, why we perform this integration test is it is very necessary for the capsule when it is administered into the body, it should get break down, it should get disintegrate. Okay. So, what is if it is failed to disintegrate, then what will happen? The API which is filled inside the capsule shell, it will not get released into your body. Okay. And and the therapeutic action of the API will not be imparted on the person, and the person will not get a relief from a particular disease condition. Okay. So, for that reason, and it is very necessary that capsule should get disintegrated once taken inside the body. So, disintegration of a capsule means to break the capsule into smaller particle after swallowing. So, what is disintegration? Disintegration is to break down the capsule into the smaller fragment once it is taken inside the body. The time required to disintegrate the capsule is called disintegration time, and the time taken by the capsule to get it to disintegrate or to convert into a small fragments is called the disintegration time. Clear? And the process is called disintegration test. The USP device is here we use the USP device, that is the United States Pharmacopoeia device, to test disintegration and and disintegration which uses 6 glass tube and 3 which are 3 inches long and open at the top and held against test mesh screen at the bottom. So, in the disintegration period what we have a like this, we have a 6 test tubes, okay, and they are open at the top. They are open at the top and at the bottom there is a 10 number mesh screen is placed, okay, and 10 number mesh screen is placed and they are 6 and they are 3 inches long, okay. So, what will have 3 inches long, okay. So, this is the specification for the USB device used for the disintegration purpose, okay. Then what we do, how we are going to prepare how we are going to perform the disintegration and test. In this, first of all what we do, we place one capsules, okay. Suppose this is my disintegration test tubes, okay. So, we will take a will randomly select 6 capsules, okay, and we place each capsule into the 6 test tubes, okay. Okay, we take the 6 capsule and we place into the individual 6 tubes of the assembly, then place one capsule in each 6 tubes of the basket assembly and then we suspend this assembly into a big container which contain a GIT fluid, okay, which contain a GIT fluid, that is the basket assembly now suspended in a simulated gastrointestinal fluid and we maintain the temperature of this fluid at 37 degree centigrade, that is the temperature of your body, and we observe the time for the time taken by the capsule to get it disintegrate. I repeat once again what we do, we randomly select 6 capsules and we place each one capsule in each of the 6 test tubes of the disintegrating apparatus and then we suspend this basket assembly into the gastrointestinal fluid maintaining the temperature at 37 and degrees 37 plus minus 2 degrees centigrade and we observe the time taken by the capsule to get it disintegrate. For the hard gelatin capsule, the disintegration time is 30 minutes, for the soft gelatin capsule the disintegration time is 60 minutes. The capsule passes the test if no residue is left on the screen of the apparatus or if a residue remains in the form of fragments of the cell. So, what when the test will pass, if there is no residue, okay, that means from the here in the bottom the screen 10 number mesh screen is placed. When all the content of this capsule passes from this screen into this solution, or when the or if a residue remains in the form of fragments of the shell, then only the test will pass. If 1 or 2 capsule out of 6, if 1 or 2 capsule fails to disintegrate, okay, out of 6 if 1 or 2 capsule fails to disintegrate, then we take additional 12 capsule, okay, and repeat the process. So, the total capsule total number of capsule now is 18, okay. So, if 1 or 2 capsule fail to disintegrate, repeat the test on 12 additional capsule, so as not less than 16 of the total number of 18 capsule tested get disintegrate, okay. So, out of 18, 16 capsule should disintegrate. Then next is your dissolution test. The test is done for measuring the amount of time required for a given percentage of the drug substance in a capsule to go into the solution under specified condition in vitro. So, here is the basket assembly, this is your basket assembly as per the USP. As per the USP apparatus dissolution apparatus, one is basket type and the USP apparatus 2 is your paddle type. The test is disintegration, the purpose of the dissolution test is to determine how much amount how much time will be required for the drug to release from the dosage form into the solution. So, for performing this test, what we do? We place one capsule in this basket assembly, okay, and it is suspended in a 100 ml, 1000 ml simulated in gastrointestinal fluid, which which the temperature is maintained at 37 plus minus 2 degree centigrade, and it is rotated at a speed of 100 rpm. As specified in the monograph, required amount of samples withdrawn at a specified time interval. Okay. Then we filter those samples and determine the amount or the percentage of active ingredient releases with respect to the time present present in the solution. Okay. Then the sample passes the test if the amount of the sample passes the test if the amount of active ingredient in the solution is not less than 70% of the stated amount given in the monograph. This is the reference, and lastly, thank you.